Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So if you are holding Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, then this video is definitely a must watch. The reason why I'm actually saying you this is because right now, if you would monitor this price structure of Bitcoin and also the price action of Ethereum, you can see in a daily time frame, both are flashing some very interesting scenario. And I've also prepared different Bitcoin and Ethereum chart for you guys. So please watch this video till the end. And also I would really appreciate if you could just take 2 seconds of your time and smash the like button. And guys, come on, let's try to reach 2000 like in this video. And also for those individuals watching this for the first time, come on, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So starting this here in a daily time frame, what I've actually done here is I have included this 200 exponential moving average, because this 200 exponential moving average has always played a very important role in Bitcoin price action. Because if you go back here from 2017 2018 price movement here for Bitcoin, you can see after this impulsive movement we had this corrective move, right? Again here in 2019, impulsive move and corrective move. And now if you look in 2021, impulsive move, and now we are witnessing this corrective move type of scenario. So if this is going to play out just like in the past Bitcoin price action, guys, then you can see price was always above this 200 exponential moving average, and it also acted as a strong support whenever we had this smaller price pullback, and then price continued journey here to the upside. But once the support of 200 exponential moving average got broken, you can see, right, price came to the downside. Even though the relief rally was able to break out of this 200 exponential moving average, you can see we had a really nice impulsive movement. The price was unable to find support, and then a downward trend started after that. So you can see 2019, when the price was able to properly break out of this 200 exponential moving average and also remain above that, another impulsive move started for Bitcoin. And similar to the previous one, as soon as we broke out of this 200 exponential moving average, the price started consolidating, tried to re-enter this 200 exponential moving average, got a rejection, right, pull back, and then you can see just like with the previous example, we also saw some really impulsive move playing out, also price breaking above this 200 exponential moving average. But we were unable to find support above this 200 exponential, and then just like with the previous example, a new bearish trend started here in 2018 and also here in 2019. But finding support above this 200 exponential moving average, you can see we got a strong support and start this new trend here to the upper direction. This 200 exponential moving average has always been a very important line. So that's why if the price of Bitcoin is going to remain above this 200 exponential moving average, that is indicating the trend here could still see upward price movement. But in our case right now, if we look at this price structure, the price here was unable to find support at this 200 exponential moving average. We tried to re-enter above it, got a rejection, and now we are witnessing this price pullback type of scenario. So if this is going to be a pretty similar scenario like 2018, you can see after this corrective move we had some very nice impulsive move playing out here in 2019. After this corrective move we tried to re-enter it, got a rejection just like in our case, and after that we saw very impulsive move. Same, we failed to re-enter this 200 exponential moving average. We are seeing this pullback, and if this is going to be a pretty similar scenario just like here from the previous example, then the price of Bitcoin could also see some really nice impulsive move. But one thing you have to take into consideration, if it is able to break out of this 41,000 area, because this 41,000 to the upside and 30,000 here to the downside are very important line of support and resistance, and we have already talked about it on my yesterday video, because I showed you guys breaking this 41,000 and finding support above it is going to invalidate all the bearish scenario for Bitcoin. And also the price here is going to break above this 200 exponential moving average, which will be acting as a resistance for Bitcoin. And also here to the downside, if this is going to be a rejection, right, and price is going to see a pullback, this 30,000 support to the downside must be held at any cost, because if this is going to get broken, then all the bearish scenario which we have talked in my video could be playing out for Bitcoin. So that's why as long as we are hovering between this 41 to 30,000 to the downside, I'm actually expecting more of a range bound type of market playing out for Bitcoin. So not just only this, guys, what I'm actually also going to show you is this one scenario which is also very interesting. Let me hide this exponential moving average. And if you look at this price structure, this is Bitcoin USD in a daily time frame. What I'm actually going to do here is I am going to add this descending channel, because we can see that price movement, the lower line here has always acted as a strong support line, upper line acted as a resistance. But what I'm actually trying to show you here is that this exact scenario, because you can see since the price here has already found support at the lower line area, we could be forming this ascending channel type of scenario, because with this ascending channel, the price movement here is making higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, but still is holding this higher lows support from this ascending channel here to the downside. So that's why if this trend is going to continue to the upside, then we want at any cost, price here to break out of this symmetrical triangle type of scenario. Because if you would look around this area in a 4-hour time frame, you can see it. So you can see it, guys, this is in a 4-hour time frame, because in a 4-hour time frame, the upper line here, right, is acting as a strong resistance line. So if this trend here wants to continue in an upper direction, then at any cost this upper line area must be broken, and any sort of a pullback, then we are also aware the lower line area from this symmetrical triangle could be acting as a support, because in the past Bitcoin price action, finding support at the lower line area of this symmetric triangle led to some really nice impulsive movement here, right? So this is also indicating maybe if this is going to be another movement, then we could be approaching the end part very soon. So that's why I guess this scenario here is actually approaching its end part, which could be very interesting. So if it's going to go and break here to the upper direction, then we are going to see another impulsive move that could bring us again towards the top of this smaller ascending channel, because this here, as I've already said, is still making higher highs, higher lows. Here it was lower highs, right, but it made higher lows. And if this is going to break, then we could be again starting this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern scenario for Bitcoin. So for us right now, around this area is our target area, and that could be around 37,000 to 38,000 in a shorter time frame for Bitcoin. And also if you look at this price structure here in a bit different way, no problem, guys. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch this into hourly time frame, right? Because in hourly time frame we can see the price movement here right now. This rejection or pullback type of scenario is absolutely normal. Why? Because you can see here, this here in hourly time frame actually shows really nice descending channel type of scenario. Lower line acted as a support, right? You can see here, and the upper line acted as a strong resistance line. And now you can see, since the price has already broken out of it, if the support here in hourly time frame is going to be there above this upper line area of this falling channel or this descending channel, because this has previously acted as a resistance. So if the support is going to be there, right, then the price here could be again preparing itself for another movement here in an upper direction. So any sort of a reversal, then we are also aware that this similar scenario has played out again and again. So we can actually see what usually happens in most of the cases, because you can see this was also descending channel, price broke out of it, but what happened after that? You can see we saw a pullback, price found support at the previous temporary line which acted as a resistance, right, and then again started this new move here in an upper direction. So if the support is going to be there, then expect another impulsive move playing out for Bitcoin, just like here in the past Bitcoin price action. So now let's also have a look at Ethereum price action. So this here is Ethereum price action here in a daily time frame. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to add this one very interesting scenario, which is known as descending broadening wedge, because according to this descending broadening wedge, the price of Ether has already broken out of this temporary resistance line, because this line here to the upside was a very strong resistance line. Every time price came around that area, we saw this pullback, right? And this pullback ended always at the lower line area of this descending broadening wedge here as well. So now you can see rejection, we got a pullback, smaller pullback, price broke out of it and also retested, and the same line which acted as a resistance acted as a support, and now this is actually showing some sort of a impulsive price movement. So if this price is going to continue its journey here to the upside, right now for me, the first target according to this analysis is going to be around $2,590 to $2,600. The second target is going to be around 2,700, and the actual price target, if this is going to play out completely, right, from top to the bottom area, that is going to be somewhere around this 3,180 3,190 area. So you can see in a daily time frame, if this is going to continue, our first target is approaching, which is around 2,590 and 2,700 for Ethereum. So let's see how this one is going to play out, because this area here right? This target area is a very important area, because we can see in the past Ether price action, this line here around price area of 3,200 was a very strong support line. And we also have some important update coming for Ethereum London hard fork, the release of Ether 2.0, which will replace the Ether proof of work protocol to proof of stake. And there are some important protocol update like EIP 1559, which aims to burn the part of fees, and also the EIP 3554, which is actually going to increase the difficulty for mining on Ether network. Preparation for the Ether move to proof of stake. So as you can see, Ether's update does looks very interesting. That is going to be happening in August. So let's see if that's also going to be seen here in the price action of Ethereum, and not just only here in a daily time frame. If we would also look at this price action of Ethereum, you can see here in a 4-hour time frame. So in a 4-hour time frame for Ethereum, guys, we have to be very careful, because this price movement here in a 4-hour time frame is actually flashing the price of Ether here could be forming this rising wedge type of scenario, and rising wedge usually leads to a potential price pullback type of scenario. But since there are many interesting updates coming for Ether, let's see if this is going to play out in our favor, because any sort of a rejection, which we can see very clearly here, right, has led to some price pullback again towards the bottom line or the lower line area of this rising wedge. So if this rising wedge is again going to see another pullback after getting rejection, then we are also aware that this lower line here again could be acting as a very strong support around this 2200 to 2300. So that's why, guys, let's see if this is going to play in our favor or not, because reversal from this or failing to find support from this lower line area of this rising wedge could lead to a decent price pullback for Ethereum. So these are some of the scenarios I thought sharing with in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.